The Earth is a wonderful yet mysterious planet, and it's the one that all humans in history have called their home. Although that may change in the future. As things currently stand, every human in existence was born on Earth and lived most of their life on its surface. Because of this, there have been some truly bizarre discoveries made on the planet, with some of them being truly difficult to explain. From a living yellow blob to the Bada Valley Megaliths, some of the things found on this planet are quite remarkable. Make sure to stick around until the end. You wouldn't want to miss Mexico's Silence Zone. Here are 15 of the most incredible discoveries that scientists still can't explain. Number 15. Space seeds. NASA took tree seeds into space for growing experiments. The seeds were placed on the International Space Station for a period of time and then brought back to Earth.
That we passed through Max Q.
The tree seeds that were in space grew to be taller and had a higher survival rate than the tree seeds that remained on Earth. This is particularly interesting because the tree seeds that were in space were exposed to more radiation than the tree seeds on Earth. Considering the fact that these seeds weren't designed to grow in space, the fact that they did so well is pretty amazing. It's possible that with some tweaking, we could eventually grow whole trees in space. This could have all sorts of implications, from providing oxygen and food for astronauts to helping to create a more Earth-like environment on other planets. This is one of the most crucial steps in colonizing other planets in the solar system, as it could allow us to create a sustainable, breathable atmosphere on other planets. Hopefully, that becomes possible in the near future. Number 14. Living yellow blob. This strange, mysterious yellow blob has a curious characteristic. It seems to be able to solve mazes by itself. It is actually a sort of single-celled organism called a slime mold. It is not really an animal, although it does have a brain. It is not really a plant, although it does have chloroplasts. It is not really a fungus, although it does produce spores. It is a member of a very ancient group of organisms called the protists.
Now that we've chosen.
Slime molds are found in damp places all over the world. When food is scarce, they move around in search of it, leaving a slime trail behind them. When they find a good food source, they stop moving and begin to grow. They produce spores, which can survive in dry conditions and are blown around by the wind. When the spores land in a damp place, they germinate and grow into new slime molds. Slime molds are strange and wonderful creatures. They are very simple, but they can solve mazes and even remember the solutions to them. They are not intelligent in the way that we are, but they are very good at finding their way around. Number 13. Glow-in-the-dark squirrels. Within a small area of the United States, there have been squirrels discovered that seem to glow when the sun sets. They've been nicknamed glow-in-the-dark squirrels and have been a mystery to scientists for years. The glow-in-the-dark squirrels are thought to be the result of a genetic mutation. Scientists are not sure why the mutation occurred, but it is thought to be related to a protein that is found in the squirrel's fur. This protein is what causes the squirrels to glow. People who have seen the squirrels say that they look like they are covered in glitter and seem to sparkle when put under any sort of light. These squirrels are found in the northeastern United States, and their exact location is a mystery. Scientists have not been able to find them in the wild, and the only place they've been seen is in zoos and captivity. It is believed that there are only a few hundred of these squirrels in the world. The glow-in-the-dark squirrels are a mystery, and scientists are still working to figure out why they exist. Number 12. Thunderstorm asthma. Thunderstorm asthma is a very strange condition where asthma attacks are seemingly triggered by storms. The pollen that is blown around during the storm is thought to be the main trigger, but the rain and wind has also been linked in some ways to the attacks. This is particularly strange because asthma is a fairly well understood phenomenon. This type, however, isn't well understood at all and has baffled scientists for quite a long time. The attack will usually come on very quickly and can be very severe. The thunderstorm asthma attack can last for a few minutes or for a few hours. During the attack, the person will feel very tight in the chest, have trouble breathing, and feel very anxious, just like a normal attack. Reports of thunderstorm asthma have mostly come from Australia for some reason, though it has been observed all across the world. Hopefully, advancements are made in this field soon so that people with this particular condition can get the treatment they need. Number 11. Chitkaya. In many places in the eastern Rhodopes, you can see trapezoidal niches carved into the rocks, yet no one has given irrefutable evidence as to what the purpose of the grooves in the rock could be, considering the fact that even modern climbers have difficulty navigating this particular rock structure. It's unknown how the carvings within Chitkaya were actually made. Chitkaya is the most well-known of these peculiar locations, though there are several others throughout the region. It is located in Bulgaria, and to get there, you have to cross a massive cable-sustained bridge. Once within the region, you'll see just how difficult this rock face is to navigate. Many parts of it are completely sheer aside from the niches, with large overhangs that make it difficult to actually cling to the surface. Many have tried to explain what these carvings are and why they exist, but there haven't been any explanations that make complete sense. It's very likely that you'll never be able to fully understand why they were created. Number 10. Man wakes up knowing new language. A man who woke up from a coma was able to speak a new language that he had never learned before, and scientists are absolutely baffled at how such a thing is possible. The man, who has not been identified, was in a coma for 19 days after suffering a brain injury. When he woke up, he could speak fluent German. The man is originally from the Czech Republic and does not speak German whatsoever. The issue is that generally the brain can't create new information like that without a direct source. He shouldn't be able to just learn German in a coma, or it's like the brain is creating the entire language from scratch. It's possible that perhaps he had heard enough German in his life to piece it together, but that is incredibly unlikely. Doctors are baffled by the man's sudden ability to speak the language and are investigating whether it's a result of his brain injury or if he somehow learned the language while in a coma. Unfortunately, it's unlikely that we'll ever have a concrete answer. Number 9. Dwarf giraffes. Dwarf giraffes have been discovered for the first time ever, and the discovery is raising new questions about evolution. The dwarf giraffes were discovered on an island off the coast of Tanzania in East Africa. The island is called Zanzibar, and it is home to a subspecies of giraffe that is significantly smaller than other giraffes. The dwarf giraffes are about half the size of the average giraffe, and they also have shorter necks and legs. They are also more compact with a more rounded body shape. The discovery of the dwarf giraffes has surprised scientists who did not expect to find such a small population of giraffes on an island. It is not clear how the dwarf giraffes got to Zanzibar or how long they've been there. One theory is that the dwarf giraffes are a product of inbreeding. Zanzibar is a small island, and the giraffes may have been isolated from other populations for a long time. This could have led to a loss of genetic diversity, which can lead to smaller body size. Another theory is that the dwarf giraffes are the result of natural selection. The island of Zanzibar is very dry, and it is possible that the giraffes that were best adapted to the dry conditions were the ones that survived and reproduced. Either way, they're quite cute, and many people have flocked to the island to get a look at these small giraffes. Number 8. The Pisco holes. The Pisco holes are an interesting phenomenon that occurs in the desert of the Peruvian coast. They are small depressions in the sand that fill with water during the rainy season. The water evaporates quickly, leaving behind a small, deep hole. These holes are a favorite of the Pisco lizards, which use them to escape the heat of the day. The Pisco holes are an important part of the local ecosystem. They provide a source of water for many animals, including the Pisco lizards. They also help to break up the desert landscape and provide homes for a variety of plants and animals. They are a beautiful sight in the desert and a fascinating part of the Peruvian ecosystem. These holes are not the only ones in the world. There are similar formations in other deserts, including the Sahara Desert. They were actually not understood for a very long time because they're such a bizarre sight in the middle of an otherwise uninhabited desert. Luckily, through a lot of study and observation, we were able to figure out what causes them to form. Number 7. Fuente Magna Bowl. The Fuente Magna Bowl is a peculiar artifact that was found in 1958 near the ancient ruins of Tiahuanaco on the shores of Lake Titicaca in Bolivia. The bowl is made of nearly black fine-grained diorite and is decorated with a scene that appears to depict animals, birds, and plants. The most surprising aspect of the bowl is the two short columns of Proto-Sumerian cuneiform inscriptions on the interior rim, which include pictograms of animals, plants, and what appear to be village scenes. This bowl has been the subject of much speculation, as it seems to suggest that the people of ancient South America had some kind of contact with the people of ancient Mesopotamia, a theory that is further bolstered by the fact that the bowl was found near the ruins of Tiahuanaco. Which is widely believed to have been built by an unknown civilization that had migrated from the east. These two civilizations should have not had the ability to contact each other considering their distance. So this bowl is a fascinating look into the mysteries of the past. Number 6. Bada Valley Megaliths. The Bada Valley Megaliths are a series of 12 tumuli, burial mounds, and 4 standing stones in the Bada Valley west of the city of Kars in far northeast Turkey. The tumuli are in 2 groups. The first consists of the largest burial mound named Tepensikali Tumulusu, and the second group of 11 tumuli and 4 standing stones is located to the south. The largest tumuli has been estimated as measuring 15 meters in diameter and 1.5 meters in height, and the second largest 10 meters in diameter and 1.5 meters in height. The other tumuli are smaller, and the standing stones are 1.5 meters in height, with a diameter of 95 centimeters at the base. The first archaeological excavations of the Bada Valley megaliths were conducted in 2007. The largest tumuli were excavated and found to contain the remains of a single person. The other tumuli were not excavated, but outside the largest tumuli, a small number of artifacts were found. These included a small number of obsidian tools and a stone axe. The excavations also revealed that the tumuli had been constructed by building a low stone wall, which was then covered in soil to create the mound. The Bada Valley megaliths have been compared to other early Bronze Age tumuli in northern Turkey. These include the tumuli at the site of Kafirhoyak in the province of Ordu, which date to the early Bronze Age. Before we go on, do like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. It's time for today's subscriber pick. This peculiar image showcases a humanoid creature pulling itself up into a rock when it notices the person taking the photograph. It then seems to scream at them, with its mouth open wide and what looks like teeth on the bottom jaw. It is unknown what happened to the person taking the photograph. The creature looks to be from the ocean, with peculiar appendages sticking out of the sides of its head and webbed fingers. Many argue that this is what mermaids actually look like, while others claim that this is some sort of alien that ended up in the ocean somehow. Either way, it's particularly creepy, and hopefully the person who took the image is all right. What kind of creature do you think this is? Do you believe that it comes from the ocean, or is it from somewhere much farther away? Remember to comment down below with the hashtag subscriberpick and let us know what you think. Now, on to the next topic. Number 5. The Sword in the Stone. The Sword of Saint Galgano Guidati, also known as the Sword in the Stone, is a medieval sword found embedded in a stone in Montesiepi Chapel in Chiustino, province of Siena, Tuscany, Italy. The sword is attributed to Galgano Guidati, 1148 to 1181, a nobleman from Chiustino, who, according to the legend, had a vision of Archangel Michael, who told him to renounce war and convert to Christianity. On Christmas Day 1180, Guidati drove his sword into a stone and died soon after, becoming a saint. The sword was found in the 16th century when the chapel was being restored and has been on display since. The blade is unfortunately broken, but is rumored to still be located within in the stone. A hole has been drilled into the stone to allow the sword to be removed from time to time and carried in procession. It is currently displayed in a glass case and is removed from the stone only for special occasions such as the feast day of St. Galgano on December 3rd, and for special visits such as of Pope Benedict XVI in September 2010. Number 4. Temple of Jupiter. The Temple of Jupiter is said to have been built by the Tarquin family, who ruled Rome in the 7th century BCE. The temple was rebuilt and expanded several times, most notably by Julius Caesar in the 1st century BCE and by the Emperor Augustus in the 1st century CE. It was extremely important to both the Roman rulers and to the citizens, and they attempted to keep it as pristine as possible. The temple was the most important in Rome and was the center of the city's religious life. It was the home of the supreme deity of the Roman state Jupiter and his wife Juno. The temple was also the meeting place of the Roman Senate, the city's ruling body. This meeting of religion and government was paramount to the Roman way of life, despite how hard the modern world works to separate the church and state. The temple was destroyed by fire in the year 64 CE and was never rebuilt. The ruins of the temple are still visible today and have become a common tourist attraction over the years. Number 3. Stone Age tunnels. A series of tunnels over 1,000 miles long have been found underneath Europe and northern Africa and are rumored to date all the way back to the Stone Age. They are believed to have been used by various civilizations over the centuries, and some even believe that they were used by aliens. The most famous of these tunnels is the Charwara Cave in Algeria, which is a network of over 20 miles of tunnels. The cave was first discovered in the early 1900s and has been the subject of much speculation ever since. In 2008, a team of Italian researchers found another network of tunnels in Sardinia that was even larger than the Charwara Cave. This new network, which is believed to be over 6,000 miles long, is thought to be the largest and most complex tunnel system in the world. There is no concrete evidence to suggest who built these tunnels or why, but there are many theories. Some believe they were built by ancient civilizations as a way to escape from natural disasters or enemy invasions. Others believe that they were built by aliens, or that they are part of a secret government conspiracy. Whatever the truth may be, these mysterious tunnels continue to fascinate people all over the world. Number 2. Ica stones. The Ica stones are a collection of andesite stones found in Peru that bear a variety of engraved proto-writing. They have been variously interpreted with very little agreement over what they mean. Some believe that they are of natural origin, while others contend that they are the work of hoaxers. Others believe that they are the work of an unknown ancient civilization, and some believe that they are of extraterrestrial origin. The Ica stones were first discovered in the 1930s by a man named Javier Cabrera. Cabrera was a doctor who became interested in the stones after hearing stories about them from the local people. Cabrera began collecting the stones and eventually amassed a collection of more than 11,000 of them. He believed that the stones were evidence of an ancient civilization that had once existed in Peru. Cabrera wrote a book about the stones, which helped to increase public interest in them. In the 1960s, a man named Erich von Daniken wrote a book called Chariots of the Gods, in which he suggested that the Ica stones were evidence of extraterrestrial visitation. Nobody knows exactly where they come from, but the Ica stones will likely continue to fascinate people for years to come. Number 1. Mexico's Silent Zone. Mexico's Silent Zone is a peculiar region that is often compared to the Bermuda Triangle. This is because it is an area where radio signals cannot be transmitted or received. The Silent Zone is located in the Sierra Madre Occidental mountain range, which is located in the northwestern part of the country. The Silent Zone was first discovered in the early 1900s when a group of scientists were studying the effect of radio waves on the human body. They found that radio waves could not penetrate the mountain range. This led to the conclusion that the area was a silent zone, and they reported their findings to the Mexican government. Since the discovery of the Silent Zone, there have been many theories about its existence. Some believe that the area is protected by a powerful electromagnetic field. Others believe that the area is a portal to another dimension. These are many of the same theories used to explain the Bermuda Triangle, because the two zones are quite similar in many ways. There have even been several several reported disappearances in the Silent Zone, leading to the belief that something is going on there. Whatever the case may be, the Silent Zone remains a mystery. So which of these discoveries do you think are the most incredible? Do you think scientists will ever fully understand all of these shocking discoveries that have been found throughout the world? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps us to understand what kind of videos you like watching. And that way we can tell what kind of content you'd like to see next. Tap that bell icon if you're always looking to learn new things, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.